There is a lot of talk on the internet about younger single moms not having the help or the village that they need to assist them in child rearing and raising their children. So here's the thing. In 2025, in this day and time, today's grandparents are still working. They are younger. They are living their lives, and it never has and never will be somebody else's responsibility to raise your children. Now, I preach about the village all the time, and I definitely had one. My grandmother helped me tremendously with my children. She helped my mom tremendously with us. But she was a stay-at-home wife, a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home grandmother. And all she wanted to do was to take care of us and take care of children. That's all she wanted to do, and she was happy to do it. As you can see from the background, I am in Jamaica. Now, I don't currently have any grandchildren, but my sister is right inside the villa, as well as my best friend from college. And they do have people that have little people that they want them to be responsible for. And in this day and time, that's just not something that we can do all day, every day. I don't understand this. I need a break. I don't have this. I don't have that. And you got 2 and 3 kids. You knew how difficult it was when you had one, or you should have known how difficult it was before you decided to have that one or more than one. And at the end of the day, as the parents, it is ultimately your responsibility. Now, there's a bunch of noise in the background. It is happy hour. The sun is going down. There's a wedding happening just over here. The guys are down by the pool over here. So please forgive any background noise or if you hear outbursts and things of that nature. I am in Jamaica and I am having a ball. But I wanted to pop on and get these videos done while I am on vacation. And I got a little time before I get dressed to get ready for dinner. So, babysitting cannot take precedence over our work, over our special occasions, and over our things. So we need to find a way to be able to assist you guys, but still be able to live our lives, because my grandmother was always an older grandparent. My sister was less than 35 when she had her first grandchild. He will be 16 in December, and she has 5 grandchildren. So in order to be a help, her life would basically be consumed by taking care of grandchildren. She is an engineer by trade and a manager for the power company in the state of Mississippi. So she has a very demanding job. So there is no way that she can devote all her time to taking care and raising grandchildren. Today, unfortunately, the village looks different. We are still here to assist. We are still here to do what we can, but we do not need to be made to feel like any of it is our responsibility. My grandmother was always there for me. I didn't have to call. I didn't have to ask. She was always there. But that's what she wanted to do, and she made sure we understood that if we needed someone to watch the kids, to look after anything that was going on, she was the person that was going to do it. You know, back then, grandparents were older. A lot of grandmothers didn't work. My grandfather retired before my first great nephew was born, so my grandfather was there. You know, my grandmother was a homemaker, and she took taking care of the children very, very seriously. In contrast to how active my sister's life is. She has to travel for work. She wants to get away and have a good time every now and then. And like I said, we are in Jamaica. We are living our best lives, because our children are adults and our grandchildren are not ultimately our responsibility. Now, one thing that I did find as a social worker, there are a lot of grandparents that are raising their grandchildren. And in cases like that, it's a little bit different. They too need a village. They too need a little bit of help, because their children are adults. They should be grown. And, you know, taking care of kids at this age is so different than taking care of kids at the age of 26. So, help is here. We are here to support you. However, we are not obligated. We do not have an obligation to babysit and to give you a break and to keep the kids on the weekend so you can go and do what you want to do. That's not how that works. Now, the village is a blessing, but we all know that there's no guarantee. Times have changed, things are different, and we just don't have it, like we used to. So even if there is a village, even if you have somebody that's willing to help you with your kids, you can't take advantage. It is a blessing. It is not an obligation. And that means that your plans, what you have to do, tends to take the back seat if you don't have someone to take care of your children. We do not have to make sacrifices to babysit. If something else is going on and we prefer to do it, we certainly are within our rights to do it. So for those of you that do have a village and you do have some people that want to help you out, let me give you a couple of things. Number one, gratitude goes a long way. Get what you can and be grateful for it, and stop getting on this internet snotting and crying and carrying on like it's the end of the world because you don't have anybody that's willing to help you with your children. Being independent is something that you all need to do. You have 10 months, 40 weeks to plan for the birth of that baby. You need to do everything in your power to establish your independence. We are here to help, and we will do everything that we can to help, but we are not obligated. So if you find yourself without the help, understand that the responsibility is yours. You need to be able to balance parenting, work, fun, your family responsibilities. We had to do it. I worked. Sometimes I worked 2 jobs. My children rarely slept anywhere else. My mom was there to help me. My grandmother was there to help me. But at the end of the day, it was on me. Now, my children are grown. I'm in Jamaica. Neither one of them have children yet. I might be an old, retired, stay at home by the time they do have children. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm living my best life. And I'm encouraging all of my seasoned folks to do absolutely the same. As grandparents, we love our grandkids, but we are not obligated to babysit or to give you a break. And we have earned the right to live our lives because we raised you. So here are a few tips if the village is not available. You need to plan ahead. You need to build your own mini village and plan ahead and take the help that you can receive. You need to put childcare in the budget. Find somebody you can trust and pay them to babysit your children if you feel the need to get away. You need to create routines where when the children get a little bit better, they can help you. Let's not raise these children and make a mess that you constantly have to go behind them and clean up. Raise them to be independent and helpful. My cousins in Memphis, my aunt lived in Memphis with the 3 of them and her husband. My grandmother was not there. My mom was not there to help us. And they were independent. They knew how to do a lot of things on their own that my sister and I just did not have to do because my grandmother was here. So we need to be raising independent children and teaching them the right way. Ask for support in other ways, and don't try to make somebody feel obligated. The village may not always babysit, but we can sometimes prepare meals for you, pick the kids up from school or daycare, help with homework. If you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to vent, we are there. We may not always be there to babysit or to take the kids off your hands, but we are here to offer additional assistance. And lastly, you need to take care of yourself. Stop stressing yourself out about things that don't really matter. Take care of yourself. Eat good food. Spend time with your kids. Make sure they understand how important they are in your life. If my children saw the way this young lady on TikTok was carrying on about not having a village and needing a break and carrying on, you would think that she is having the most horrible time raising her children. Rest when you can. There will be times when someone is there to take the kids off of your hands. Take advantage of that time and get some rest. Give up the streets. Give up the hanging out, at least until your children are older and you no longer need somebody to babysit for you if that's not something that you have. And take care of yourself. If you're already struggling with one, please don't have another one and then another one and think it's going to get easier. Sadly, and I'm not picking on the fellas when I say this, but mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You might be fortunate enough to have a significant other that will help you with the children if you aren't married to him or if you don't live in the same home with them. But men typically feel like their duty and responsibility is to provide and protect, and they can slide and oftentimes leave you with the children. My brother is not like that. He does have his boys with him a lot. There are a lot of good dads out there. So please, fellas, don't think I'm hating on you guys at all. We understand what is happening here, and we do appreciate whatever level of assistance that you guys can offer. But at the end of the day, know this: you are capable, you are stronger than you think, and you can get through this. It feels like there'll be babies forever. You feel like you will be sacrificing your sleep and your life and running the sporting events and doing all those things forever. But take it from someone who just woke up one day and both of her children were gone. They were adults. They were in college. They were doing their own thing, and they no longer needed my supervision, attention, or anything else. It will come before you know it. So nurture your children. Enjoy this time that you have, because believe me, I promise you, if nothing else, I promise it is limited and it will be over before you know it. Your day-to-day responsibility is to raise your children, and it does primarily fall on you. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's where you grow. That's where you get stronger. That's where your nurturing deepens. That's where you find what you need to find, because you dig deep, because you know at the end of the day, these babies have to be taken care of, and it's your responsibility to do so. So please make sure that you don't get on the internet ranting and raving about where's the village, where's my this, where's my that. None of that is obligated to you. You may be fortunate enough to have a village. God knows I had one, and I'm grateful for it, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for them, because they did help me, and I raised wonderful children as a result of that village, because they had an opportunity to not only spend time with my grandparents and my parents, but they had opportunities to spend time with their cousins and their friends, and they all are better for it today. But for those that do not have that, don't turn this into something bad. Be strong. Be grateful for what you do have. Don't be afraid to ask for help, but ask, what can you do for me? Don't ask and act as if somebody is obligated. Paternal grandparents or maternal grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, aunties, none of those people are obligated to take care of your children. Unfortunately, that obligation is yours and yours alone. And while the village is here to help, understand that those of us that are part of the village, we are running to Jamaica, living our best lives. And if babysitting for you isn't a priority for me, you have to accept that and figure out what you're going to do. So until the next time, look, nieces and nephews, understand we love you, we're here for you, but we are not obligated. We are younger, we are still working, and we're trying to take care of ourselves. And I need each and every one of you to do the same. So, like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is my last night in Jamaica, and I am getting ready to go to a Jamaican street party, and then I have dinner reservations. So, I'm out here living my best life. Maybe by the time I'm a grandmother, I'll be old and tired and ready to babysit. But if not, it will be my children's responsibility, just like it's yours. Till the next time, Season Lady signing out. Toodles.